Okay, so this is going to be a video dedicated to talking about Demon Frame, and I have here what you want to be introduced as.
Kitty.
Kitty? Alright, because you did
That's
change your
it.
name,
Yeah,
so I was
Kitty.
just like, alright, Kitty it is. Alright, you refer to you
No,
as Kitty and stuff, or just like Voidpathing? What is your official artist name?
my artist name is Voidpathy, and my alias is pretty much Kitty.
Ah, so it's similar to me, like I'm Shoki Shokat, but, people know me as Shook. So it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Alright, fair enough. So, you are the creator of Demon Frame, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you give me a description, like a small summary of what the story is about?
Basically, Demon Frame is basically about humans destroying themselves to the point that it was like Pandora's box. They just like keep killing each other. They destroyed each other, and he can't take it anymore. That he just died of a heartbreak. So then the god, he was responsible for holding up barriers from his world, and those barriers are basically trying to merge with each other, trying to enter Earth to the solar system. But because he's dead, everything's just fucking fell apart, and now the world has like is basically an Armageddon,
Mm-hmm.
but like with the fucking eldritch beasts, like things that people don't recognize. It's not human,
Yeah, yeah.
and basically because humans destroyed themselves, the angels and demons they buried hatchets and make amends, handshaking. They decide to help humans, but it cost them a lot. So as they work together with humans, the animals they decided to evolve so that they could help humans and become the new humans of Earth. But yeah, no, that's pretty much what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And because of like humans are still fucking they're still wanting to stay the same as before when Earth collapsed and collided, but it just like just doubles down, bro. Like they prefer their own comfort than just fixing up their fucking bullshit.
So, in short, to sort of, so basically, it starts off with like a world where basically God existed, but because of humans and their sort of hubris and their actions, it kind of leads to God having sort of like a moment of despair, and that leads to his annihilation, I guess, maybe even an ego death. And in turn, that would create mentions that merge together, creating all sorts of eldritch monstrosities that come out the woodwork, causing humans, angels, demons, as well as animals that have kind of evolutionized into anthropomorphic characters to all sort of work together and create new systems to sort of combat all this, right?
Pretty much.
Fair
Ah,
enough.
fuck.
No, it's fair. It's fair. We can just, but yeah, and some of the themes that kind of like align with this story is like themes of like cyberpunk, Y2K, like liminal space, like liminal spaces and stuff like that, like backrooms kind of style. So,
Ow.
what is like your like what is it that you want to do? Like, are you trying to make this similar to like the backroom series and like the
Not
SCP
really.
Legacy? Or because you mentioned one time that you said like I like the CSP or backrooms, but I don't like how they categorize a lot of things, and you wanted to do it like different, involving like Y2K and like a different style, right?
Yeah, I said right here. I feel like there's too much IPs that's basically SCP anomaly laboratory styles of stories, and I feel like I need to add a flair of my own. Cause as much as I love grim stories with anomalies, most aren't really hitting it. Like I want to add like a spiral sort of feel. Like I'm tired of the whole hell and heaven or SCP anomaly laboratory stuff that doesn't give a dreadful feel. Basically, it's just so overdone. Like it doesn't really have that feeling of like of dread, like and despair, and but like comfort at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. It doesn't really take care of your feelings. There's no aftercare, you know.
Yeah, that's because like it's something that like that's what I enjoy about your story and the way that you describe that, because I kind of felt a similar way about SCP. What I enjoy about SCP is that it's a community effort, but the problem that I always had with it is that it just always went into descriptions like this and that, redacted, redacted. Like they always do that redacted thing to leave out information, but they've created so much information on SCP that it's sort of ironic. It's just like we don't know anything, and yet we have all this information in detail, in lists, categorizing everything, and it's just like it kind of takes out the mystery a little bit in a way. Like it's still a fun story, don't get me wrong, but it sort of takes away from like what you said before, this sort of like liminal like uncanniness and everything. And it was the same thing with Backrooms. Initially, it was pretty alright, you know, like it started off with just levels and you kind of like work your way through them, but then they started adding a lot of what did they call them, like cryptids or
Yeah.
creatures and stuff like that, and they started adding too much to it and like just retconning their own rules and stuff, like, oh, you got to do this but then you have to do that, but if you take this step then you end up in this step.
Inconsistent.
Exactly, and it just it was too much. Now Demon Frame does have a lot going for it, but I feel like the direction for it, and I think you mentioned this before, is that this story is not just like a story that has like liminal space and like that sort of like nostalgia, but that also kind of feels but uncanny, but that also plays into some of the concepts that you want to discuss, like concepts of like healing and trauma and sort of like um, trying to find who you are in a world that is so confusing that sort of like separates you into like different versions of yourself in a way, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. And you said that this story is an important one, and for what reason?
Okay, so I have it here. The story is meant to be for minorities. Is basically your comfort is shouldn't be there anymore. Like as much as you want to be, you know, in your own shell, it's not gonna fix things automatically. You can't expect things to be handed to you. You need to either fix it or don't. You gotta, like, you either go out there and show yourself or just stay there miserable. Cause you know, yeah, no, like if you let trauma define you as your personality, it's not gonna go anywhere. You need to define it as your struggle. Character relationships will be real slow to feel natural, but this is because everyone needs respect. That I tend to see in animes and manga that mistreat potential characters like it's nothing, especially as if they don't matter. Everyone's problems, aka the characters, are your problems. They are your friends and enemies to get to know as they are their own person. Like this character Andy, right?
Yeah.
Andy may look like a main character because he's just a character starting up from the ground up that opens opportunities. But it's because Andy is an autistic individual who had a potential opportunities declined and ignored because he relied on his best friend too much. Andy's character goal was to be independent and be more open to people and change your ways. Being open to opportunities is the reason why Demon Frame's journey began. If it weren't for Andy's journey, none of this would happen, and it's not only for him, but it also opens other people's potential to crack.
Yes. That was like when you mentioned that, that's what it had me very interested about Demon Frame, because it's actually pretty applicable with what's going on today, not just in the real world but what's going on the internet. A lot of people rather just be like in small echo chambers and just listen to what they want to hear instead of actually having to see the other side of things and see where they might have messed up along the way, because not only are people having ideas about what they see the world as, but then they attach it to their identity. And anything that just sort of goes different from their ideology would be an attack to their identity, and it breaks their whole worldview. And a lot of people are not willing to accept that, so they're rather just listen to what they want to hear, or what you mentioned before with liminal spaces and nostalgia. Some people just want to be in their comfortable place and never leave that place. But the whole point of Demon Frame is that either you have to face these things head on, or you just let yourself be consumed by your own.
Despair.
Exactly, it's despair mixed with a little self-righteousness, like I'm where I am, and I think this is exactly where want to be, even if it consumes me in the end.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Yeah, I definitely like that aspect, because I feel like a lot of young people right now, they want to find out who they are. They want to know what it is that they have to do while they're alive here in this time, but they don't know how to go about it, because any sort of direction they go is sort of like an attack to them, and they're just like, I don't know if I can do it, so they'd rather just stay back and just be comfortable. And that's why everyone just kind of feels lost at the moment, because they just prefer comfort over just actually just going out there and trying.
And that's where I want to break that comfort. Because when I have these characters, when I say I want it to be more natural and personal, right?
Yeah.
It's because I want the characters to make it feel like you had friends that you never had. Like it makes you feel included. They're their own people, but that seat is there for you if you want to sit with them. That's why my character relationships with other characters are super slow, because a lot of people don't understand that slow burns exist. Like your hatred towards people exists. Like your judgment just like clouds everything. Like it's just like it clouds everything that you just don't trust it. You don't believe in that in like being human. Like you're so used to the negativity.
Fair, fair. I can see that absolutely, and you've had these ideas since probably forever. Because I've seen some of the Demon Frame artwork go as far back as like 2014 or something. Like it's like you've had this idea for quite some time. So my question is, how did you start with this story? Like, what was like? How did you begin? Like.
Oh man. Okay, so the making of Demon Frame. Demon Frame is a hobby passion project, which is. Um, I can't count the years of how long I worked on it, but I had this project since 2018.
Hmm.
My like the original author was my ex, but it was a different story before it had a different synopsis. I'll be honest, the writing isn't good at all, and there were no plannings, no research, no symbolism, no real theme.
Mostly just wishful
2023
thinking,
was
right?
pretty much like like no, it was just written there. Like it's just written and just no planning. Like it's just no fixing.
Uh,
2023 was tough for me because that was the year we broke up and just we just had stopped talking, and I got in so much into Arknights the next month. Now after some time, I got ownership of Demon Frame. The next day or two, I decided we cut ties. I wiped out almost everything about what Demon Frame was. The idea came to me when I was looking into aesthetics for Y2K and realized that this may be me. This may be who I am, I say, as I struggle with identity and dissociative issues. Um, but the idea came to me when I was planning on an AU or alternative universe with my favorite Arknights faction that leads Detective Agency with my Sona Kitty into a lonely, comforting escapism world that later on becomes eldritch at night, something you thought could go away but never does. You can't run away with your problems, you have to face it. You must use your survival instincts as a means to fight and live another day, to reach that, to reach that beacon of light from the tunnel.
mhm.
I used that inspiration. My inspiration was my own dissociation. Cause that year when I was writing Demon Frame, I was heavily fucking suicidal. And I was heavily traumatized, so I didn't really want like I wanted to use something that could be good for a story. I used it as an AU for a fandom or like a, an existing IP, but then I realized I could use this for Demon Frame.
So you're kind of basing this like somewhat like off your own experiences of what you've had to go through, and you just want to be like, I want to be able to tell a story that other people that might feel just like me, they can look at this and just be like, they understand. Like what I could not put into words, they were able to put into art, and like it speaks to me. And that's what you mentioned earlier, that you want these characters to feel like friends to these people so that they can understand, like, we know what you've gone through because a lot of us have gone through this same thing, and you're not alone in this matter. So we're going to show you how it is that you can deal with it, but at the same time you have to like make the choice of whether you want to deal with it or not.
Very much.
Yeah, and the story itself would show you what the outcomes would be based on the decision that you make.
Pretty much, pretty much. Cause I'm not gonna hold it back. There's a lot of people like there's a lot of stories where people expect for a character to make like a lot of paths, a lot of decisions, but there's like decisions in their life. It's their own trauma. It's their own thing that they could use as a coping mechanism. But it could also like I don't think people understand that abuse can become a cycle. It become a cycle to other people that you can't escape, even though you already escaped from an abuser or like from a household for anything.
Yeah. And it's like complex themes like that it seems like sometimes people fail to understand, because either people are quick to jump to conclusions about a situation or just try to see it as black and white, and it's not always like that. Like it's always much more complex than what it is. Like the good guys aren't always the good guys, the bad guys aren't always the bad guys, and sometimes the people who are traumatized, they can end up a lot worse.
They can't be fixed or they can, but it's their decision.
Yeah, in the end it's like a sort of personal accountability, which sometimes feels like it's something that most people don't really want to even get into, because it's like it's just too much. I don't even want to think about it.
Very much.
Anyways, so I guess what I also want to ask is like, where where do you see this going in terms of like the mediums? Like, do you want to see it as in a comic form? Do you want to see it in animation form? Like, even add some music to it? Like, How would you want people to like sort of take this story like?
Like, to be honest, my dream is to make this as a video game, but to be honest, that's gonna be a later in the future because I don't have the money nor the fucking the devices for it. But my whole thing is I wanted it to be an animation because I don't think anybody's gonna understand the tones, the themes of it, and the manga or like comic visuals, uh, because the colors. If you add colors, it's much more different than black and white or you just can't feel it unless you hear it and see it too, and like you just can't like it's hard to like understand it if you only read it and just see it. You need to hear it too,
Yeah,
and you need to see the colors
it would.
because
It's. Oh, I was just gonna say.
yeah, because the colors are super gloomy sometimes and super bright,
True.
but yeah, no, it's hard to understand it if you don't have the colors, like, and the voices, the music and everything,
No, absolutely. And based on a lot of your artwork, it seems like you're trying to delve into the theme of like, oh, everything is like, nostalgic and cute. And then it just switches up, and the color would be like, without color, it just wouldn't be able to translate the same way.
Very much. Yeah, you get what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm assuming that color also plays a big part in a lot of your artwork as well as the story as well, to sort of set the mood in a lot of areas.
Yeah, no, cause if we talking about comics and shit like that, I don't think it's gonna like do any good for it. Cause I'll be honest, if we do a combat scene, I don't think it's gonna be it's gonna do justice. Cause if it's still and if you can't hear it and if you can't hear the music, you can't see the colors, then it's gonna be impossible to understand it.
True, true. And of course, you gotta have some music as well so that it really sorts you know, tells people like, okay, this is.
Yeah, pretty much. This is how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And plus, who doesn't enjoy some good animation with some music, right? It really gets people's attention, and it would definitely be more presentable to a general audience for the most part, given it is a story that delves into minorities. But if you can get as many people to be interested in a story using animation, music, art, all that stuff, it's always serves a better purpose.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So I guess the next couple questions are gonna be about you and I. So I guess, do you want to talk about how we met?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go for it.
So I guess I can explain a little bit. So me and Kitty, we actually met each other. Well, I didn't meet you first until I met Nori, and I remember Nori met me because I was in a Discord server. It was the Chill Bar. It's a pretty well known server because I've seen some YouTubers talk about it. I was there, and some guy from Velo Studios was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" "I'm animating." He's like, "Oh shit, really? Join our studio." I was like, I don't know. But then I met Nori afterwards, and he's like, "Oh, what are you doing?" I'm doing this project called Saki Sanobashi. He's like, "What's it about?" And I explained it to him, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, this sounds so cool. I want to help you with it." And then when I told him about someone offering me to help with their studio, he's like, "Oh, that's the one I want you to join." So he kind of convinced me to join Velo, and then, you know, Velo Studio just didn't really work out. I kind of already brought it up in one of my past videos in my channel, um,
Mhm.
but it just didn't work out because the guy who was running it just like it was like he was the only guy that knew what the story was doing, like where the story was going, and everybody else was kind of left in the dark most of the time. That's how I got the impression. Because every time I went back in, I'd be like, "What are we doing?" "I don't know, man." And it just kept switching directors and everything. It just became a whole mess, and I don't know. It was just too much. So Nori took you, me, and Midnight. We left, and then that stuff happened with Nori, which I don't really want to talk about. So we had to take him out, and then with Midnight, which I already kind of gave an explanation as well. So we had to, and then it was just me and you. So that's how we met.
Mhm.
So
Yes, sir.
unless you want to add any more details.
No, I'd rather I'd rather have them in the dark right now because I think it's better to leave them out than make up drama.
Yeah, it's just not. There's no point to like bring it up. I mean, who knows? They might even watch this video like, "What the fuck? What they say?" You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking shit. It's like, you started it, bro. You started it.
I'll save them for
Don't you
later.
start with me, boy. I got this shit.
Yeah, no, with midnight, I already have a bunch of screenshots ready if he ever starts shit because I don't like drama. I
True.
don't like it, and if he has to fucking blackmail me with something, I'll have to pull them out like without like because I can't deal with that. And I'd rather save my image than keep quiet.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I remember when I first met you through Nori, he kind of gave me sort of the rundown as well, like, oh, this and that. Um, and if we like when he left, and then you started telling me about your story, I was just like, oh, oh wait, oh shoot, this is what I've always wanted to do. This was like my whole thing with like Saki Sanobashi, but this is on a larger scale, and it's actually in a style that I'd actually be interested to do. So I was like, and remember when we first had that conversation, we were just agreeing on everything. It's like, oh my god, we're like twins.
Oh my god. You know what? That's funny because when I talk to people about my story, they fucking delve into like psychological issues that people never touched up on, or like something that they really want to talk about. Because I'll be honest, whenever people see Demon Frame, they see it as some fucking therapy session, which I don't mind because people like they just end up talking about their problems. So I'm all like, that's my point. That's my fucking point. And with you, Chucky, I was all like, ah, like, yeah, that's
He's like,
pretty much my
ah,
point.
he fucking gets it.
Yeah, no, like, yeah, that's like when you delved into like the deeper things of life, I was all like, that's my fucking point of Demon Frame. I was like, I did it, like, holy shit,
I got
like
one guy. Fuck.
not just one guy. Not just one guy. I had a lot of people talking about deeper shit when I was talking about my story,
Yeah.
and then like they go into deeper stuff that is out of out of topic. But then again, I don't mind.
No, and that's the interesting about Demon Frame, because they from when you first look at it, you just like you look at the artwork and you look at everything that presents itself, and you're just like, oh, it just seems like a pretty cool, like, I don't know, story about anthropomorphic characters with like swords and chainsaws and guns and stuff like that. But then when they actually like when you explain it to them about like, oh no, this is what it's gonna delve into, they're just like, oh shit, this can be more than what it is. Oh, and it kind of gives everyone an epiphany, like, oh man, this has to be done. But sometimes some people misread the story, like when you don't explain it to them, and I think that's like, in a way, it sort of like hinders it, but at the same time it could actually work in its favor, because a lot of people might go into this story like just jump into this like, oh, this looks like fun, I wonder what it's about, without knowing anything at all. And the more they get into it, the more they realize, damn, this shit is hitting me in my soul. Damn. Yeah, exactly. But that's the whole point, because I mean, Demon Frame isn't exactly like kiddie stuff. It does go into very disturbing topics. I mean, also based on
It's pretty much to fucking comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfort.
yeah, comfort the disturbed and comfort the.
Disturb the comfort.
Well, I get. I know what people know what they mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot. Yeah,
Ah,
but
fuck.
no, it's cool. I mean, again, we can edit all this, or I'm just gonna.
Yeah, that's
I'm
no,
gonna make
it's
the whole
funny.
thing
It's funny that way. It's funny this way. I think showing our true personalities, it's like I think something that people would want.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just kind of making mistakes. But yeah, anything else to discuss about regarding Demon Frame or anything else? Um,
um,
'Cause this was really impromptu, to be honest. Like, it was like, hey, I'm ready for today. Fuck. Okay. Damn, I should have prepared something. No, yeah, but
oh, thank God.
yeah. But for the most part, I was actually very interested in this project, just for all everything that you kind of told me up to this point. I do think still that I guess like when it comes to writing the story, like we would definitely have to like work on that. I don't know how you feel
Yeah.
about my writing style, but I could definitely help you with at least the setup and everything, and just go from there. Because
Yeah.
a part of me, like, since you've seen how passionate I am working, doing characters for you and doing animation stuff like. I
I
guess
don't
what
know.
I wanted to ask you, just one last thing. Anything else you wanted to talk about before? Because I'm sure that you got stuff to do.
Follow me on my Twitter in my blue sky. Follow Chuck, please.
Yes, follow me so
That's
you can look
it.
at my art and be traumatized.
Maybe we should like I was thinking of probably making a server soon, or
Yeah.
maybe a like a Reddit thread. I don't know.
Maybe like further down the line, once we have like stuff to present, I guess, because
Yes.
you do have a lot of art, but I feel like we gotta like have something to present first, to get people into it.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm
Yeah.
doing the animation right now.
Yeah. Like I wanted to do like background art, but it's just I can't. I don't know. Like I don't know how to do 3D. I'm sorry.
I might actually ask you to help me do some backgrounds for the animation I'm doing so far. I might just show you like in a while, like what I've been doing with the animation, and get your thoughts on
Mhm.
it. I'm actually doing the animation with the remember that song that you heard that I showed a sneak peek and you're like, oh, I really like that song.
Oh, what? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm using that song as like the background for the animation I'm working on. Because you liked it, and I was just like, and though in the song, let me see if I can like pull it up. There was actually a theme with the song. Give me a second.
Yippee!
What was the theme of it? Give me a sec. It says here,
Ra-la-la-la.
the theme. The theme was trying to be content on your own despite everything going against you.
Oh, damn!
Uh,
Oh my god.
yeah. So with the whole lyrics and stuff like that, it's just basically like I'm trying to be fine by myself, but there are times where I want to be better, but man, people just stop you, and then they wonder why you're not advancing, and it's just like, what do you?
Yes, sir.
It's like you stop me, but you want me to go. So I'm just gonna do my own thing. Just like Miles Morales. Nah, I'm gonna do me.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
This motherfucker got some fake J's.
Jay, I'm gonna go hang out with Gwen.
Oh my god.
Yo, Spider Gwen though. Wait, no, yeah, Spider Gwen though. Man, she chill. Wait, are they gonna make a third movie? I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
Oh right, to continue on with like Miguel.
Yeah,
It's all part of the canon.
it's all canon events. Yeah, you fucking reminded me. Spider Verse with the whole dimension merge and shit like that. That's pretty much the. Yes, dude.
Okay, that is a way to do like multiverses the right way without it just feeling shoehorned in.
Yes, dude. Exactly.
Yeah, but I still feel like they could have done more with it. It's just like it feels like it's just like a necessary tool to create the story that it is, but they don't really delve into the effects of the dimension. Well, I mean they do, but it's like a direction that's different than what we intend to do with it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, just let them do their own thing.
Yeah, because it's like, oh, it's about dimensions, but it's really a story about Miles Morales growing up and knowing his true potential
And nobody understands that.
with the exaggerated swagger of a black dude.
Nah, Miles is so cool. I love him.
Yeah, I hated both the movies, by the way.
Oh, pff, okay.
Yeah, they fucking suck ass. I mean, dude, why would you make him like? I'm fucking with you. I thought that the movies.
Oh, Bessen's underwear. Yeah, like I'll be honest. When I listen to the song "What's Up, Danger," I kind of use that as like my advantage to write down Andy.
What's up, Danger?
I fucking love that song.
Really?
The one song from the second Spider-Verse movie. What's it called? Am I Dreaming? That song, it just fucking reminded me so much about Demon Frame that I just like I had it in my fucking playlist somewhere.
Yeah, I'll be sure to take notes for when I start producing.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I have a lot of music in that playlist. Have you seen the combat music playlist? There's a lot of expectations I have there.
I won't lie, I haven't visited the playlist in a while because sometimes I'm more into like smooth jams and stuff like that. Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, sometimes I need like smooth jams to help me rise. Because if I hype myself too much and then like the work isn't coming out right, I'm like, oh, fuck.
Yes, dude. I feel that. Oh my god. Like I remember listening to like intense music and I couldn't fucking draw.
Yeah, I feel like intense music only works when you got something going. It's like yes, I need the right song. Yeah, it's like I'm on power trip, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so when you say jazz music, I like all I think about was being in fucking Merlot's fucking office. Like it's all fucking luxurious, like it's so luxurious, like with Chinese decor and shit like that. Like all like
Yeah.
yes, sir.
I'm like, yo, I gotta definitely make some more jazz music because I mean you've heard some of my stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that. I just need a.
Jazz music. What's it called? Breakcore, jungle breakcore, ethereal rock and shit like that. That's all important.
I won't like breakcore is pretty easy because you can just find a couple like breakcore samples. There's so many on YouTube and just kind of like remix it a little bit, and just add a couple drums and stuff. It'll be easy. Jazz on the other hand, not as easy, but it's definitely more fun, especially if you're like given how jazz takes on many forms. New jazz, smooth jazz, free jazz. You can just do whatever the fuck you want. You can make a mess and people will still be like, he knows what he's doing. I ain't doing shit.
Yeah, no, like when I was listening to breakcore, I think about the artist Sewer Slut. Have you heard of her?
Oh yeah, the one that
Dude.
canceled off the internet because they're dickheads.
Oh yeah, no, like when I listened to like my first initial theme song for Demon Frame was by Sewer Slut. Was it weird? I listened to "I Am God" by Clams Casinos when I lost my
Oh,
virginity.
the Sewer Slut remix. Oh my god, that song
Dude,
is so good.
dude, dude, that was the main fucking theme song for Demon Frame. I won't hold it back. That's the main
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
That's the main fucking song I wanted it for Demon Frame.
The original
Whenever I
Clams
listen,
Casino's good, but the Sewer Slut Breakcore remix, it's almost like it was meant for
it's
breakcore. It
oh
was
my
meant
god.
for it.
Dude, okay, yeah, no, that was the main fucking song. That song, I will forever see it as Demon Frame. I will forever associate it with Demon Frame.
Yeah, damn. R.I.P. Sewer Slut. Wait, they're not dead.
Yeah, no, I have a lot of breakcore somewhere here and there, but yeah.
It's funny because one of my Saki characters is named Junko, and people are always just like, "Oh, Sewer Slut reference? Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, no.
Yeah, people always say that it was because of Sewer Slut, or they thought that I named her after that case, and I'm like, dude, I'm not a sick fuck. I know, I just picked her.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, did you know that fun fact? A lot of Demon Frame characters, they started out as Danganronpa OCs. Yeah, no, that's the first fucking initial. Some of the characters also start off as Sonic OCs.
I I swear to God, no matter who I meet or what projects I go, it always goes back to Sonic. Son of a bitch.
Chucky, no,
I
I'm
can't escape
autistic.
it. I just can't escape it, bro. Sonic is a
You
part of
gotta
me now.
escape the city. You gotta escape the city.
Fuck, and
Rolling
then
around at the speed of sound.
I swear to God, if I ever
That
get
place is
commission work,
so.
they're gonna be like, "Can you draw Sonic feet?" Oh my God.
Can you draw Sonic's dogs out?
Oh God, man.
But
Jesus.
yeah, no, they started off as Sonic and then Danganronpa and shit like that, and then it just became their own thing now.
Nah, good shit. I guess another thing I also wanted to say is that I'm so glad that a lot of the characters are anthropomorphic. I swear we need more of that. Like I'm so
I'll be honest. Like, I'll be honest. I'm so tired of characters being human. We need more variety of species and race. Because I prefer, like, with Dr. Kintober, he's a boogeyman. He doesn't have an existence, but he does, but you can only basically, quote unquote, see him in the dark. You can't fucking feel him or see him in the light, but in the dark you can.
damn. He's John Cena.
Yeah, no. My information about Dr. Kintober somewhere. He cannot be seen or felt physically through any source of light. He can only be seen and felt in the dark, no matter how hard his peers try to get a good look at him. However, the clothes that hide his body under the light can be easily be felt if anyone pats him anywhere where his body is covered. Dr. Kintober suffers from existential dread, or a crisis, basically. He cannot see himself, nor can anyone see him. He can feel himself, but that does not give him the satisfaction of understanding his existence. He is an unknown, and he has fears of dying and as an unknown. He fears the unknown himself. He doesn't know if his existence has meaning if he's just a nobody. But for him, he's not a nobody, he's a somebody.
Hmm. That's a really interesting take on Descartes' I think, therefore I am. But am I?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, like, can I really exist if no one else can witness who I am? That could definitely lead someone to be existential. Like, I'm the only person that knows I exist and nobody else, so. Huh.
Yeah, no, that's why he's
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I can see that. That's a very interesting concept for a character, I won't lie.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. But yeah, like I mentioned, like this is what you brought before. Too many human stuff. That's why when I first came across that B stars and the way they did the
Mhm.
characters there, I was just like, see, I knew that there's potential for this stuff, man. You just gotta have the right storyteller for it.
You gotta have like the right execution for it.
And instead of people always pointing to anthropomorphic characters and just be like, furry, furry shit,
Yeah, no,
furry.
yeah, like my characters. I'm gonna be honest. For my characters, they're not really furries. They're anthros only because they're meant to be the new humans, the next humans, but they're not yet evolved to be the next humans. A few characters, yes, they do have human aspects, but that's because they're lucky enough to be human, to be looking human. Some characters who are human parents with ears and dog's tails, they do have a kid who has an anthro, who has like an anthro body and whatnot. So it's like a 50-50.
No, and of course, like when you really come down to it, it's not just about anthro characters. There's like somewhat religious themes as well, and like other concepts that sort of make it seem like this isn't just some story about like animals doing stuff.